I've always thought, literally from the day I became a teacher, that we just don't sell ourselves well enough. And that's about, really shining a light on all the good that happens every single day. And that's truly that communication story.
Absolutely. Listen, if we don't tell our story, somebody else will tell it, and we just may not like it. So in those spaces, to the Ishan's and everyone's point related to communications, how do we have a consistent cadence, and how are we always in front of it versus being reactive, and being as transparent and true as we can? There's some situations that we can't get into it, but we can always say that we're aware of it and we're transitioning. But how do we have multiple opportunities to engage in multiple languages, in multiple platforms, and leveraging everything we can to actively show parents that they are their first educators, and we're here to build a systemic relationship with them, and we need them to thrive every single day. Everybody, you can say that, how we try to break that cycle of poverty and individuals don't have accessibility to X, Y, and Z. I've seen every kid that I've gone to in the 250 schools that I had, they all had cell phones, whether they had money or not. They all have opportunities to have ways and transform and push communications, whether it be through an application, whether it be through a newsletter, whether it be through an email, whether it be through a call. I know we're chasing some of those things to get accurate information, but we got to stay in the forefront and leverage everything we can to show them and demonstrate care within our districts.
Go for it.
One quick point here on this, Ryan. One of the things that we've seen in our national research, and we've been, again, polling parents since 2005, so you can imagine it's quite a data set every year, is we have to be careful that we don't think it's just a one-size-fits-all communications. Right. We actually are in a very interesting time where we have multiple generations of parents that are in our schools, including education guardians and grandparents that are serving as education guardians that actually are still baby boomers. So we have to think about this broad spectrum. And the Facebook works actually very nicely for the grandparents and baby boomer education guardians. I'll tell you that.
I think she just called me
Everybody's out there deleting.
I think both of us.
Everybody's deleting their nosy book right now.
Right now, right? But not so much for the younger generations, our elementary age parents. You're not going to find them there. You are going to find them on Instagram, and in fact, you're also going to find them on Snapchat and TikTok. Sorry, hate to tell you that. So you have to think about diversifying your communications, not just by obviously the cultural components, the language components, but actually pay attention to what platforms you're using and how you are using messaging to reach those parents. So I think that's also really important.